everybody. Bill Phillips here on a Monday. Another nice day across the Ohio Valley. If you're in this area, hopefully it's great weather wherever you are. But you know, it has been a summer full of sunshine. It's been a little bit dry lately, but we head towards the end of August as we will get into the fall season. Fall just about a month away exactly. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about a few different things today. And if you are a movie fan or a Robert Redford fan, of course, a great actor, producer, director, some amazing films, great career. It's his birthday today. So we're going to talk about that. You know, if you have a favorite Robert Redford movie, make sure you join in and let us know what you're thinking. We also have a fantastic meal we can set up for you today, just on the national days. You just do these three, and you're all set. You're covered for your evening in terms of your dinner. You can make dinner plans just off of this. Anyways, one of the things we also have to do is thank Valley Converting. I want to thank them for all that they do for the 9-Minute Phill-Up. Greatly appreciate them. If you have paper products that need recycling, give them a new life. Recycle them at Valley Converting in T-Town, the gem city of Toronto, Ohio.
Every piece of paper has a story. What if that story didn't end when you were done with it?
At Valley Converting, we turn your old paper products into recycled paperboard, continuing the story.
Locally owned and operated in Toronto, Ohio, bringing your paper to Valley Converting isn't just about recycling.
It's about supporting a cleaner, greener future for all of us.
We are here 5 days a week to help you make some green by going green.
And remember,
recycle for your future.
And that is Valley Converting. Mike Biasi and his crew in Toronto, Ohio. Make sure you go there if you need anything recycled in terms of paper products. We can't thank them enough again for what they do. Now, if you're looking for dinner tonight, you know, because one of the funny commercials, Progressive, and they have Flo and they have the other agents that watch out over everybody that has their insurance, is I think it's the graduation commercial where the crowd is, or the school commencement's going on. I believe it's college commencement, and you have the it's not Flo, it's the other female actress or actor in the group, and she always plays very low key. And there's one commercial where you're being a little creepy and the whole thing. She's funny. She delivers the commencement exercise, and one of the things she says in it is, you're going to have to figure out what to have for dinner for the rest of your life. And you know what? Sometimes you think, oh, dinner, we'll just make dinner. But then there are days you're like, oh, I don't know what we're going to have. We have something different. What are we going to do for dinner? What are we going to do for dinner? Well, I've got you. I've got you today. For dinner today, we're going to start with a little, just to get to wet the palate, to get the taste buds going. A little Pinot Noir. A little Pinot Noir. Get yourself your favorite Pinot Noir and enjoy that little refreshment for you to get started. Maybe have that refreshment at the beginning of the meal and then during the meal. I mean, why not? I would imagine it pairs pretty well with National Fajita Day. Jeff was talking about it during his forecast today, National Fajita Day. He says, don't you just love it when it sizzles? It's not, they bring it out, it's just sizzling out there. And you've got, now I like to get to work. So if I'm really in the mood for fajita, you know, give me the one that's got the mix with the chicken, the shrimp, and the steak if you can. Let's have some fun with it. So, but then the thing is, well, where's the vegetables? Where's everything else from it? Well, right there, you've got the peppers, you get the onions in there with the fajita meat and shrimp or whatever you may have it with. So then you get a little rice with it or something like that. So that's always nice. So you've got the drink, you've got the Pinot Noir. I think it'll work pretty well with the fajita. And then for dessert, I don't see a lot of these too many places. I think of ice cream cake, but today is National Ice Cream Pie Day. I didn't know that there was a National Ice Cream Pie Day. Like I said, I'm used to getting the ice cream cakes, for birthdays and stuff like that. So it'll be interesting. But National Ice Cream Pie Day. So I think that's pretty good stuff right there. That's a pretty good meal. You've got the wine, you've got the fajitas, the hot sizzling fajitas with the either chicken, steak, shrimp. You could do that with it's got the peppers and onions in there, so you're covered. You get some veggies, and then to finish it all up, I mean, come on, who doesn't like ice cream in any form? Ice cream pie, National Ice Cream Pie Day. So a big day in the world of food for a lot of people. I'm looking up something on Robert Redford so we get ready to talk about it. All right, there we go. Oh, that's what. Okay, that's what I thought. All right, we'll talk about that coming up. So your meal tonight: Pinot Noir, fajita, and ice cream pie. So that's good stuff. But the big thing today, Robert Redford turns 89 years old. Robert Redford, the heartthrob back in the day, 89 years old. Probably still a heartthrob, I would imagine. But what a career that he has had over the course of his career. And there were so many movies. I didn't have time to write them all down. But if you're a movie fan, you've probably heard many of these. And then the people that he worked with in 1973, talk about a couple of movies. Well, he went on a nice little streak there in 72, 73, releasing some pretty good movies. Now, 1972, I remember Jeremiah Johnson. That was, he's kind of the wilderness man, the whole thing. Jeremiah and Johnson, 1972. Then The Way We Were with Barbara Streisand in 1973. And then The Sting, which I actually think is an underrated movie. It's really, really good with him and Paul Newman in 73. And, it's just outstanding movie. And it's just, but how about those three just to put them together right there? So born in 1936 on this day, the 18th of August, actor, director, producer. How can you forget this one? Him and Paul Newman. Butch Cassidy's The Sundance Kid. That's with Newman. The Sting was with Newman. All the President's Men with Hoffman. We mentioned The Way We Were. Brubaker. I thought Brubaker was great. It came out in 1980. He plays a prison warden. Everyone's against him, but he just goes about his business. He's going to do it the way he wants to do it, and he's going to get things done. And then he finds, there's dead bodies on the prison yard. Where did they come from? Were they killed by the previous administration in the prison? So an interesting movie, but Brubaker. And one of the things I always remember about Brubaker, the movie, it's just I like cauliflower, but I kind of like, you got to dip it, maybe boil it, put some butter on it, put in a little ranch, do something with it. He has nothing in the character has nothing in his refrigerator in Brubaker. And Robert Redford, so he reaches in, I think he has a beer in there or a couple beers and basically a head of cauliflower. I guess that's what you call it, like a big chunk of cauliflower, like bigger than a softball size cauliflower. And he just rips off pieces and eats the cauliflower. I'm thinking, and when it came out, I just thought, wow, cauliflower. Okay. So I didn't think he was that good. I didn't think he was that good, but apparently Robert Redford must like it, or at least his character did. But you got to figure Robert Redford said, I'm gonna eat. If I'm gonna eat something, I'm gonna eat what I want to eat. We'll do cauliflower. Okay, I like cauliflower, but just like I said, just raw with nothing on it at all, not cooked. Electric Horseman. Willie Nelson's in that. Jane Fonda's in that. Robert Redford's in that. It's pretty good stuff. The Horse Whisperer, more recent movie, was a good film. Am I getting messages? Oh, I'm gonna turn this down. Getting texts. Don't want to hear that. The Horse Whisperer, Pete's Dragon. Pete's Dragon's a recent one, more of a movie, obviously for the family, and he was in that. He did some recent work. Now, Indecent Proposal. That was a big one because I got a lot of people talking about when that came out. When did that come out? I didn't write that date down, but Indecent Proposal with Demi Moore and Woody Harrelson. Plot goes this way: Robert Redford's big multimillionaire. He comes into town, sees Demi Moore, says, "Wow, I want to be with Demi Moore. I'll pay Woody Harrelson. They just got married. They're like newlyweds. I'll pay you guys $1 million for one night." Doesn't say anything has to happen or not happen or whatever, but $1 million. So they decide to take the money. So then the big conversation when it first came out, everybody wanted to know, would you take the money? Would you do that? Would you not do that? Would you? So it was an interesting movie. And you had, 3 really big stars at the time. Out of Africa with Meryl Streep was a big movie for Robert Redford. Legal Eagles, Deborah Winger. All the President's Men. I believe that was with Dustin Hoffman as well. And then one of my favorite one, I love baseball movies. I love baseball. The Natural came out I think in 82, maybe. When came out in 82, I believe I was sophomore, junior in high school, something like that. I remember coming into English class, and my English teacher, she asked me what I had done over the weekend. I said, well, I went to the movies. I went and saw this movie, The Natural. She was, who was in it? I said, Robert Redford's in it, and it's about baseball. And she said, I love Robert Redford, and I love baseball. So she went to see it on my recommendation, and she was happy that she did. So if you like baseball, if you like Robert Redford, The Natural, always a good one. But I'll tell you what, The Sting, if you haven't seen it, really, really good. I like The Electric Horseman. He some substantial stuff. And then Ordinary People, he won an Academy Award for as well. So it's one of those careers where you look at it and you shake your head and just think, how prolific was this guy? And he also directed, acted, and produced movies as well. What date was I looking up? I was going to look up Indecent Proposal when they came out, but it really doesn't matter. It was in the 90s. I think it was in the 90s. All right, a little help. When did Indecent Proposal come out? 93, April 7th of 93. So there you go. So one of those movies that had people talking. You got people talking. I remember The Sting when I was a kid, 73. I didn't see the movie until later, but it was a very popular movie. But just great career, and it's his birthday today. So I just figured we'd stop and take a little time to talk a little Robert Redford birthday on this April 18th of 2025. He was born in 1936. 1936. So how about that? 89 years old. And he's probably, he got the for the Natural, he had, the Wonder Boy, his magical bat made out of trees struck by lightning at home. Him and his dad put it together. He wanted to be a special bat, so he put the Wonder Boy on it. But then in the big scene, it's the Savoy Special that gets the job done. Not going to ruin the movie for you. Not going to ruin the movie. It's only been out since the early 80s, but if you haven't seen it, I wouldn't want to ruin it for you. If you have seen it, it's a great movie. Great movie. Just a beautiful movie to look at, beautiful movie to watch, and some good life lessons that can be learned, some messages that are in there. So The Natural, love The Natural. But I tell you what, out of this list, Butch Cassidy, The Sundance Kid, All the President's Men, The Natural, Sting, The Way We Were, Jeremiah Johnson, Brubaker, The Electric Horseman, The Horse Whisperer, The Indecent Proposal, Out of Africa, Legal Eagles, Ordinary People, All the President's Men. I'll tell you what, you could go through the whole list and it'd be hard. You may not like the topic, you may not, but all good movies. I mean, just really good. And they had so many more that I didn't put down. But so happy birthday to Robert Redford. So we take a little time, talk about Robert Redford a little bit. So congratulations to him on his 89th birthday. And if you didn't, maybe celebrate. Oh, what a night. Wait a minute. Dinner, a little Pinot Noir with the National Fajita Day, National Pinot Noir Day, National Fajita Day. Combine those. I guarantee you my mom has seen many of these movies. and she could do a whole review on most of them. But you have dinner first, maybe dinner and a movie tonight. Pinot Noir, a little fajita day, and then for ice cream pie day is your dessert. So you eat a little dinner and a movie. So you have the dinner and the movie afterwards. That's a pretty good night. And if you pick one of these Robert Redford movies, it's going to be a good show. It's going to be a good show. So, anyways, everybody, we are about out of time for this edition of the 9-Minute Phill-Up. Remember, this week, a big week. High school football kicks off. That means we have Sports Friday on the go. I will be here Friday with Don Sloan, the Nacho Man. We will be taking you to different games all across the Ohio Valley. Producer extraordinaire Jordan will be in charge of running the board, letting us know where we need to go. But basically, if you haven't seen it, you want to make sure you tune in on the WTOV9 YouTube channel, because basically, if maybe you have to stay home, maybe you're a little under the weather, maybe you just decide, I don't want to go to the ball game. Well, how can I keep up with my team? How can I keep up with some other teams around the Ohio Valley? Well, Sports Friday on the go. Take us with you. You can watch it on your phone. You can watch it on a laptop. You can watch it on a smart TV in your home. Put your feet up, and you can watch 6 or 7 games at a time, 5, 6, 7 games at a time. And we take you from game to game, try and bring you the biggest plays, touchdowns, and everything else, so we keep you up to date. And then, of course, we have Sports Friday on Fox 9 and WTOV9 later in the evening as well. So a big week of high school football gets started. And our first game, Thursday night rivals game, will feature Bel Air at Buckeye Local. So looking forward to that on Thursday. So just wanted to give you an update on that before I forgot. And so that is what we have for today. Again, can't thank Valley Converting enough for all that they do for the 9-Minute Phill-Up. Greatly appreciate it. Remember the 2 rules, everybody. 2 rules. Have fun and always try your best. We'll see you next time.